I never really understood the phrase, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. At least not until the night I almost lost my dog. He was a 5-year-old golden retriever with a soul too gentle for this world. We called him the therapist, because every time someone cried, he'd quietly come over, sit at their feet, and lean his head against their leg. People talked to him like he understood. I'm not even sure he didn't. That night started like any other. We had just come back from the park. He was sprawled out on the couch like royalty, paws in the air, tail gently thumping every time I said his name. At some point, I went to the kitchen, and when I came back, he was on the floor, panting, confused, and unable to stand. His eyes were wide and pleading. Something was very, very wrong. We rushed to the emergency veterinary hospital across town, the kind you see featured in documentaries. Polished floors, staff in press scrubs, ambient lighting, and a digital fireplace looping in the waiting room like it was a luxury spa. They took him in immediately, and I was left with paperwork, a clipboard, and a wave of panic that wouldn't leave. Then the vet came in. She was calm but direct. He has a ruptured spleen. It's bleeding into his abdomen. He needs emergency surgery tonight. I nodded before I even heard the cost. When she said it, it felt like time stopped. $37,900 for surgery, and up to $7,000 for post-op ICU and monitoring. I must have looked like someone had slapped me. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I know she gently added, "Do you have pet insurance?" And suddenly I did remember something. A late night click 3 months ago when I stumbled across a headline. Asterisk, why high-end pet insurance is becoming the new normal. Asterisk at the time, it felt like overkill. But I clicked. I read. And for some reason I still can't explain, I enrolled in a premium plan. One that didn't just cover basics, but offered near-complete coverage for catastrophic emergencies like this. I pulled up the policy. Full surgical coverage. Emergency room. Medications. Follow-ups. Even physical therapy if needed. I handed the phone to the vet tech, half expecting them to laugh or tell me I'd missed the fine print. But instead, she smiled. "This is a good one. You're covered." The next 12 hours were a blur. He made it through surgery. They let me visit the ICU once he was stable. His tail wagged, weakly, but it wagged. I broke down right there in front of the oxygen chamber. I hadn't lost him. Not yet. In the days that followed, I learned more than I ever wanted to know about what veterinary medicine looks like when cost isn't the deciding factor. Specialists flew in for consults. They did advanced imaging scans I didn't even know existed. He received stem cell-enhanced recovery treatments and underwater treadmill therapy. The hospital staff referred to him by name, brought him his favorite blanket, and played soft music in the ICU to reduce stress. It was more human than most human hospitals I'd ever been in. I also started talking to other pet parents in the waiting room. One woman had driven 9 hours just to get her French bulldog seen by a specific neurologist. Another man said he'd spent over $60,000 in the past year keeping his husky alive through a rare autoimmune disease. Every single one of them had one thing in common. High-end insurance saved them from making the impossible decision between saving their pet and saving their finances. One man told me something I'll never forget. You don't buy insurance for the vet visits when they eat a sock. You buy it for this. For the moments that hit you like a truck at 2 a.m. and leave you cry in a hallway with a vending machine. He was right, and the more I learned, the more I realized how far pet insurance has come. This isn't about $40 a month plans with $10,000 caps and asterisks buried in fine print. I'm talking about true luxury coverage, policies that cover six-figure medical bills, rare procedures, even cross-country transfers to specialized hospitals. Some include telehealth. Some have dedicated care advisors. Some literally pay for behavioral therapy if your dog is struggling with trauma after an accident. It's a different world. I ended up compiling a list of the best luxury pet insurance providers, half out of gratitude, half out of obsession. Trupanion's elite policy, Healthy Paws with custom high-limit options, Figo's unlimited plans with holistic coverage, Paws Emergency Fund Service, and even newer boutique providers that cater to show dogs and working animals with policies worth more than the average family car. And the crazy part? Most of these cost less per month than the latte you get every morning. That insurance plan I upgraded to in a moment of curiosity, $128 a month. Total payout from that emergency, $38,450. People call it luck. I call it a miracle wrapped in a well-researched policy. When my golden retriever finally came home, weaker but healing, he walked up to me, curled at my feet, and let out a long sigh. The kind that says, asterisk, I made it. We made it, asterisk. And in that moment, I knew he'd always been there for me. That time, I got to be there for him.